Today I'm going to be talking about setting realistic expectations. If there's one thing that I could change about the way I've done business, it would be around the expectations that I've set for both myself and for those that I work with. When I was first starting out, it was all about the excitement of photographing new homes and trying new things, and I really wasn't thinking about how I was failing to set expectations and boundaries that were just going to help give my business a really strong foundation for years to come. And because of that, I spent the last few years trying to set those realistic expectations, both for myself and for those that I work with. For me, I found myself saying yes to everything and giving a lot away, just trying to make people happy and like me, but what I was doing was actually more damaging than anything for my business. I was shooting up to 15 homes a week, I was giving away a lot of discounts and freebies, and I was making additional content and all this other stuff. And again, a lot of this was happening because I didn't have a solid foundation that I was running my business on. I was building something that I was just passionate about, but I really didn't have any operational rules for how to conduct business aside from make people happy. So as an example, last year I gave the equivalent of over 50 free photo shoots away in discounts. So here's a few things that I've done over the last year and a half, 2 years that have really helped my business. First thing I did was I built an online ordering system. Now, it wasn't until I created this system that I was able to start getting these things under control. An online ordering system allowed people to see what it is that I offer, how long things take, how much they cost, and also see my terms and expectations for every shoot as well as all my availability. By creating this system, it was an automated way to help set these expectations and boundaries. Now, not all of your clients are going to read through your terms. They're busy, and quite frankly, they're not really thinking about you or what's important to you. It doesn't make them bad people. They're just like anyone else. How often are you going to go through and read the terms of service for the things that you purchase? Probably not very often. Either way, it's still your responsibility to communicate clearly what your expectations are, and having systems like this in place, they at least help take some of that off your plate. So here's an example. Some of you watched my video on licensing. Now, I made that video not for you guys, but for the agents that I work with. I had a lot of questions on licensing, both from people in the industry, but mostly from the clients I work with. And some of them are long-term clients. And historically, I've done a really bad job of explaining how commercial photography works. You guys really need to understand that the layperson, they don't deal with commercial photography on a regular basis. And in fact, most cases, their only experience with a professional photographer is with weddings or portraits. And they're really not hiring people historically for commercial purposes. So it's our job to educate them. So my suggestion for you who struggle with this is to, one, stop doing what you're doing and either set up a meeting with your clients to discuss what your business can do for them. And at that point, you can actually set the expectations with your clients. You can make a video, just like I did with the licensing video, which will explain things. You can talk to them one-on-one during a shoot, but bottom line, you need to get in front of them and actually have a conversation with them, not over text, not through the phone. If I were starting over from scratch, here's what I would do. First thing, I would sit down, I would write out all the things that were important to me. And I would also write down the things that I think might be important to me in the future as it related to my business. And the reason is because these are the things that I want to protect in the long run. Now, for example, the things that are important to me. I want to make sure that my business and the images that I make are treated with respect. Not that they're worshipped or anything, but that the people that I work with take what I do seriously and that I'm just not the hired help. Another thing that's important to me is that I have a high level of flexibility in what I do. I don't want to get burned out, so I need to make sure that my scheduling is set up where I can decide when and where I shoot, as well as how often I shoot. I'd also, at the first contact with a new client, I would have a quick 5-minute conversation with them, either in person or over the phone. Again, not through text or email. You need to actually talk with them. And just give them a brief rundown of your terms. That way, anytime they actually see your terms and conditions, it'll just act as a reminder for them. So you guys, just a reminder, these videos aren't intended to be instructional in nature. They're more meant to just introduce a conversation so that we can all share ideas. Now, with that said, leave a comment below and let me know your thoughts on setting boundaries, expectations, anything that you've done, or just any thoughts you have on it in general. If you guys want to help support this channel, click on one of the links in the description, make some kind of purchase. It'll send literally just a couple of dollars back to help support what I'm doing here. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. There's a ton of channels on techniques, but none that are really focused on business development, and that's what I intend to do with this channel. But It's a lot of work. So more subscribers are gonna help keep me motivated to continue making these videos every single week. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next week with a brand new episode.